Mm-hmm. Manual testing can be automated. Manual testing requires
Hi guys, and welcome to this session by IntelliPat. Software testing is one of the most crucial stages in any software development life cycle. It is done to make sure that your software performs according to the requirements. So in today's session, we'll be discussing about manual testing as well as automated testing. But before we get into all of that, please subscribe to our channel to never miss an update from IntelliPat. Now let's talk about today's session. Today, we'll be comparing and contrasting manual testing with automated testing based on criteria like testing time, accuracy, reliability, and more. Also guys, we do provide end-to-end training on software testing. So if you are interested, you can check out the course details given in the description below. Now, let's get into the session.
So coming to the first item on the agenda, it is automated testing. Well, what is automated testing? Well, automated testing is a couple of procedures which are actually carried out by the computers with the help of a lot of codes or test scripts. But then these test scripts which are actually put out by humans and human testers, guys. So at the end of the day, you might be wondering, why do we need automated testing, where it is used, and is automation testing as good as manual testing, if not better? Well, keep following through the video and you shall understand just the same. Well, coming to why we actually call it automation, basically at the end of the day, testers make use of automation tools, and these tools are used to develop certain things called as test scripts, and these test scripts actually perform all the use cases on the software and eventually validate it. So the goal of automated testing is to ensure that we complete test execution in a less amount of time. Again, when we talk about the world of information technology, time is considered to be money. So in that case, here's a small visualization. Well, the software is actually developed by a team of software developers, software engineers, architects, and all these guys, and obviously it has been developed manually. And after this, there are certain scripts which are actually written. So what these scripts do is these scripts actually make use of a variety of functionality such as macros and much more to actually go on to imitate a human executing these test cases, but in a very rapid way. So you might be wondering, if this is the case, if efficiency numbers are very high, why not make use of automated testing for everything? Well, actually some of the methods are better suited for manual testing, and there are some of the methods which are actually best performed through automated testing, and we pretty much are going to check about both of these just after this. And then coming to the next item on the agenda, it is the introduction to manual testing. Again, manual testing is basically the procedure, as the name suggests, which involves manually testing the software by performing some sort of a quality analysis and much more. And this is done by quality analysts. So why is manual testing done? Again, it is one of the most widely used method till date. Even though the world is moving towards automation, it is one of the most well used legacy systems, the classical methodology used to find and basically remove any bugs, any defects, or anything else which is not supposed to be present in a software which is under development. Well, as you might know, testing forms a very vital part when we talk about software development life cycle, and manual testing all these years has been a very vital part of it. And again, here's another visualization. The software is again developed manually by programmers and coders, and this time it is manually tested and ensured that the quality analysis is performed by analysts who actually know what the software is doing, but eventually the entire procedure is carried out manually. So you might be wondering if again this is the case, then why do we have to pick manual testing? Again, when you have to think about it, there are many requirements a project might have. They might have a fixed budget, they might have a timeline which probably a computer cannot meet, or let's say it requires an expertise which is probably difficult for the computer to replicate, or quality. So you might be wondering where what is good, right? So budget wise, do they pick manual testing, do they pick automated testing, and whatnot? Well, that is exactly what we are going to check out in this quick comparison between automated testing and manual testing. The first comparison point that I have for you guys is in the meaning. First, we need to understand what automated testing is and manual testing is. In fact, automated testing involves making use of various automation tools, and these tools execute all the use cases for us and make sure that there is as less human interference as possible. So coming to manual testing, again, manual testing involves having test cases which are actually executed by a person, a human tester, on a piece of software which is under consideration at this point of time. And next, are we going to talk about processing time? Well, when we talk about processing time, automated testing is significantly faster because it makes use of computational power, which is again exponentially faster than humans in various fields. It can be something statistical, something mathematical, or an operation for that matter as well. Then coming to manual testing actually consumes human resources. It is time consuming, resource consuming, and whatnot. So for processing time, automated testing is preferred. And then when we talk about exploratory testing, well, here is where manual testing shines, because automated testing does not allow for exploratory testing or in fact random testing as well.
Just a quick info, guys. IntelliPad does provide end-to-end training on software testing, which includes both manual as well as automated testing. So if you are interested, you can check out the course details given in the description below. Now, let's get back to the session.
And manual testing obviously does allow for very nice tech to be implemented by making use of exploratory testing and all the random testing methodologies to be implemented as well. So by random testing and exploratory testing, what we basically mean is that we tend to shy away from the test at hand to perform or execute a use case which is not part of the standard operating procedure. And this basically, when done by a human, due to the logical aspect of it, can be figured out by the human being who's doing it, I mean the tester. But then when we talk about a computer, if it is out of the scope of the script or it is out of the scope of the macro that is written, then the machine does not tend to understand that. And then when we talk about the initial investment, here again, manual testing shines because manual testing involves spending a smaller amount as soon as you want to start out with testing. But then the return on investment is comparatively low because you're investing a lower amount, and even when investing a lower amount, the return on investment is actually lower when compared to automation testing. And of course, automation testing involves spending a huge amount of upfront, but the advantage is that the return on investment is actually better when we talk about long term. And then coming to the next point, which is reliability. Well, when we talk about reliability as well, automated testing is extremely robust in this world and extremely reliable, which is very vital for any software testing methodology because again, we use a variety of tools, variety of scripts to go on to do this procedure. Again, when we talk about manual testing, it does not have a high rate of accuracy because again, guys, at the end of the day, it involves human error and we cannot avoid human error when we talk about manual testing. So here's another win for automated testing. So when we talk about automated testing, there is actually a small disadvantage here because again, every time there is a change in the user interface, the scripts need to be changed completely or else the machine doesn't know what it is working with or how it can go on to work with it at the same time. But then with manual testing, again, testers are proficient enough to understand these small changes which occur in the user interface, cope up with it and work with it in a simple way. And in fact, the most advantageous thing is that they can work with it at a quicker rate. And then coming to the resources, again, a lot of resources are needed in both ways, guys, because automation testing will call for testing tools. It'll require a lot of automation engineers and whatnot. When we talk about manual testing, again, manual testing calls for investing in more human resources, having more people trained, having more people understand what's going on with the software and then go on to do the testing, right? So again, both of these call for a huge number of resources at the same time. And then when we talk about value for money, well, automation testing again will work out basically if the content that you're testing is large in volume. If there are loads of things that you have to test and automate, automation testing will give you a good return on investment. But then when we talk about manual testing will actually not work out if there are a lot of high volume testing where you have to do the same continuous thing again and again for a while. Again, when you talk about investing human resources, this is going to be a huge concern as well. And then coming to the ninth point in this comparison, it is performance testing. Again, when we talk about automated testing, it allows like a lot of methodologies to be put to the picture, a lot of support as well. For methodologies like load testing, we can go on to perform stress testing and very much all of these concepts very easily at the same time. So when it comes to manual testing, well, actually manual testing does not offer the feasibility when we have to consider performance testing, as that would be a very good point of concern. And then coming to the 10th point, it is the programming knowledge. Again, automated testing involves a lot of programming to go on to creation of these scripts, write code snippets and whatnot. But then manual testing actually does not